Hey there, everyone. So, welcome back to another live casting game for our Goes series. I don't know if this is going to be a legit series, but so far we're a couple episodes in. So, I'm really excited to showcase our other players from across the world. So, I think last time we did Argentina and Latin America. So, let's go into the northern hemisphere in the North American realm. And so we have none other than our North American player Michael Chen versus Ryan Lee. Michael Chen playing as White Stones, Ryan Lee playing as the Black Stones. And so, this series is gonna be a very interesting series because I really do want to showcase the different strategies that are evolving in the different parts of the world, the meta that arises pre-AI versus post-AI. And so I've gotten a lot of great feedback from the community and from you guys, our awesome viewers. So I want to thank everyone for really just reaching out and telling me what you guys think about it. And if you guys are currently watching this today, fast forward into the future, please let me know what type of matches you would like to see on this channel. Now, obviously we can't do every country, every region, but I'm going to try to highlight as much as I can to really showcase the awesome strategies that we as players, as Go enthusiasts are going in. And I have a webcam now, so yeah, we're just gonna go straight into it. So right now, currently, we have a 4-4-3-4 opening for our Black player currently, and it looks to be like a very modern type of Joseki. This was played at the 10th Ing Cup in the North American preliminary round during 2024, March 9th, 2024, as you guys can see from the date here. Komi, I believe, is 7.5, not 8, so I think this was a typo on the SGF file, but we'll just take it as 8 for now. But we do have a nice approach on the White side right here. You have a 1 space extension for our Black player, and White decides to directly attach. Now, with the attachment, that's a very interesting way to kind of ask a question. I feel like this attachment is a probing question from Michael Chen to ask, hey Ryan, what is it that you are going to do in this bottom right hand corner? Do you want to stay contained in the bottom right hand corner, or do we want to have a nice fight on our hands right now? And Ryan responding with, I could see that the ladder, if I decided to defend my cut, the ladder here, if White plays here, putting pressure on this Black stone, the ladder benefits White because we can see that it leads right into the White's top left-hand corner. And so Ryan opted out to kind of split White's groups apart right here, which is a very, very reasonable request. But we might be seeing a little bit of a fight right here. Michael Chen is going to extend downwards, putting a little bit of pressure on these 3 stones, as well as trying to encompass this Black group right here. Now, it would be awesome to see Michael Chen kind of solidifying his wall on the bottom right hand on this side. But we're just gonna have to wait and see. Maybe he wants to kind of put a little bit more pressure on these 3 stones. Maybe go after these 2 stones later on, because again, the ladder does work for White. Michael might extend right here on the bottom. Nope, not yet. But it would be interesting to see Michael extend right here and putting a little bit of pressure on these 3 stones. But we do see the pressure on the 2 stones here, which is, again, the ladder works for White. So he's going to use this Sente-ish moves to really kind of force Black to capture the 2 stones on the bottom right here. And so we're just gonna have to wait and see how the strategy unfolds for the White player. But in this position, we can see, just based on the number of groups available, we have 1 Black group, 2 Black group, 3 Black group, as well as 4 Black groups currently. And for the White player, we also see roughly the same amount. We have the 2 stones that are already captured, these 4 stones, and these the 3 stones on the bottom left, as well as the singular stone on the top right. So in terms of group number, White has 5 groups versus Black's 4. So in this position, we do have a nice division for our Black player. being able to hold off and protect in terms of energy efficiency. Now, Michael Chen going in for the second line invasion right here, as well as doing a lot of contact play. The contact play is something that is I'm not too familiar with, being an SDK player myself. This is really asking Ryan, hey, what is it that you're trying to do here? If we contact, again, I'm weak, you're strong, I'm going to over concentrate you, but I am trying to see what your mentality is throughout this game. And as you guys know, for those who've been playing Go for a while, you know that psychology, at least in the game itself, plays a huge role in the decisions you make live in the game itself. And so all of these probing questions, Michael is really trying to pick at Ryan's behavior right now, trying to understand what is your scope, what is your deal, how are you going to approach all of these, and then go from there. And so with this, Ryan is saying, I want outside influence. At least the playstyle that he's saying is, I want the outside influence. Michael, you can stay contained in the top right-hand corner, but give me the outside so I can build a nice wall while I have my 2 stones right here. And we're going to try to put a little bit of a squeeze in the center group. And so this cut right here is not a cut just because this singular stone is already in Atari. And so we're just going to kind of push through and see what's going to happen here. Now, there is now a split. So Black does have to fix his cutting point right afterwards. But he opted to go in straight for the squeeze itself. Yeah, Michael has to respond to this. But again, Black has a lot of room to kind of squeeze the group right here. You can have the Atari on this singular stone, forcing White to take this stone here. And it looks to be around 3 to 4 liberties to 5 liberties on this weak group. Now, Ryan does have to come back and protect his cutting points, which he immediately does either side. There is a clamp that could potentially happen right here to kind of free out White's group. But Michael's going to poke and prod just a little bit. If these stones right here are sacrificial stones, then Michael has to gain profit somehow. Building a wall right here, expanding out to the top left-hand corner is a great way to profit from this sacrifice. So, yeah, these guys are amazing pro players, very well versed in the styles that they play in. I haven't seen too many of Michael's games or Ryan's game, in all honesty. So watching these strategies unfold is really cool. Now, what I can say, at least from the games currently that we have all watched together, this is kind of a blend between the European style and the Asian style. The way that they're playing, it's very... not in terms of predictable, but it's very like, yeah, this is something that you might see in the Japanese style games with a little bit more fighting in the beginning. And it kind of reminds me of a mixture between, I don't want to say it's like, it's definitely not Takamiya where it's a Super Moyo, but it kind of reminds me of like Chochi-kun style, with a little bit of our Russian player where, or the European game that we saw where it's a lot of sporadic fighting everywhere. But all of them seem to have some sort of behavior where they're connected together. And so at least that's what I'm noticing right now. Now, I could be incorrect, which is fine. But it's really interesting to see the different strategies right here. And we do have the 3-3 invasion for our Black player. White would most likely try to disconnect right here. The Black player will be standing up, most likely putting a little bit of pressure on the 2 stones right here because, you know, Ryan does see that we have a white wall being built, another white wall being built right here. So we don't want to give White so much of the center moyo right here. And so taking the corner, that is absolutely fine. But if we look at the ladder here, if White decides to fix the cutting point right here, pushing the ladder seems to hit the white wall on the bottom, so that's okay. White decides to fix his cutting point, protecting the cut right here at the E17 position. But again, black does not want to give white everything. We do have a wall right here also being built, and an extension here, putting a little bit of pressure on these black stones on the bottom left-hand corner is something that Michael might be looking at. There is a couple of invasion points right here. You have the B7 jumping out, going back to give an extension to these 4 stones, or even connecting under is the key areas. Now, me being as an SDK player, I am trying to see where invasion points are. I'm very weak at invasion. But this is something that I've been noticing a lot in our professional games that we've been casting, is that there are invasion points in these area with the 2 space to a 3 space extension. And so as we're going to the top mid side of the board right here, we do see that Panuki shape being built. But now black is asking white, which side do you want? I'm going to cut right through, going to extend right here and isolate these white stones from these white stones here. So black is really just slicing through the top mid of the board, and really making white's wall right here very, very inefficient. I mean, you had originally what, a 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 space extension wall being built on both sides. Now it's reduced down to 4 spaces, so it's literally a half of its original potential. And we do see the invasion splitting the 2 groups right here, which is great. You can have the top invasion, but I'm not too sure. This is allowing black to kind of gain some strength on the 3rd line. We again, with the 2nd and 3rd line, you do have more protection to kind of build life underneath. So is white going to wedge between the 2 groups right here? Looks like white is opting out. I'm not too sure if I agree with this move, because if black descends right here, right, and forces white to kind of connect under, we can start isolating these groups right here with the cutting stone. So not too sure if I would be comfortable doing this method, but again, I'm trying to figure out, and this is the thing with a lot of modern gameplays, is I'm usually at a loss. I can be honest with you guys. I'm not too sure where the strategy is unfolding. I know we're putting a lot of pressure on these 4 stones right here, but in terms of global play, you know, you can start seeing white building the wall to surround these 2 stones. So it looks like, and correct me if I'm wrong, especially if you guys are down level players, please chime in the comments below. But it looks to be that white is really going in for their win condition. We can see that black has 1 2 3 massive corners right now. White has this still slightly invadable. But essentially, white's win condition is the center. This is white's win condition right here. If white can hold out this win condition, white has this in the bag. If you look at black's territory right now, we have about 10 on the top left hand, about 20 on the top right hand, so that's 30 points. And then the bottom right is another maybe 15-ish. Again, I'm approximating. I haven't counted, but eyeballing, I would say black has a good solid 40-ish, 50-ish points currently. White only has about 10, 15 of solid territory, maybe another 8 in the top mid corner right here. So roughly around 20 at this time. And so for white to really catch up with black's 3 massive corners, center is going to be a big thing to kind of pay attention to. We do see black breaking through the center right now, being able to kind of withstand white's aggressiveness, capturing these this singular stone to allow the escape out. So white is probably going to have to kind of contain black into this little region. A net is not going to work just because of that Atari. White's going to build the Panuki shape, which is fine, but now black has free reign to kind of come out and reduce the center. Now, black decides to go in directly into the 3-3 evasion. This is a common reducing move right here. I don't remember which YouTuber talked about this invasion, but this is a very old school Joseki invasion where I think it was Nick Sibiki. I think Nick talked about this in one of the Takamiya's game, but I don't know the actual variation for this squeeze right here. So if you guys know which video Nick talked about in terms of the clamp situation right here, please let me know. I know he talked about one, but I can't recall the episode right off the bat. But anyways, let's continue on. We do see the reduction now starting to happen in the mid center. We do see these two stones now trying to escape out. I'm not sure. This is a tough. This is now getting into the region of complicated playstyle, and you know, we can see right now this black group. Okay, this black group currently does not have two solid eyes just yet. Okay, it still has a lot of Aji here. Right? White can still Atari this, kind of falsifying the eyes on this side. We do see a peep that could potentially happen on the E5 position. This right here is a falsified eye, just because if white can completely surround the T Tetris shape here, it's a false eye. You have all the two of the corners already clamped down by white. So this black group needs to find a way to kind of escape back, hopefully going back to a living group. Otherwise, black would have to play about a couple moves just to solidify the eye. White does have the throw in at the A6 position to kind of eliminate that eye shape. But it is looking kind of dire for black if black gets completely surrounded. Now, is there a way to break out of it? I'm not too sure. Yeah, I'm not too sure. White's most likely going to connect, putting pressure on these two stones right here. And black extend out, potentially extending out. Okay. Black decides to cut off these two stones. Now white has to find a way to kind of extend upwards. Because can white extend upwards? Because these two stones are going to be vital for the overall livelihood of the black group right here. Now, we do see a lot of splits with the black group too. You have these two stones that have been separated. You have the white group also being separated from everything else. So, this is getting really messy. And I'm looking at this game. Now, white is going to go in for that clamp. So we did talk about the clamp earlier this game. The clamp is going to be pretty important, but I don't know, in all honesty, how this is going to happen. I mean, this is already dead, right? Black has way too many liberties to kind of survive off of. White only has 2 or 3 liberties, so I don't see this area being of any issue. Now, we do see white kind of separating the 4 black stones here. So white's trying to carve out this piece of territory. But if we take a look at black's territory, right? Again, black's territory is like this piece now. Okay. Black's territory not yet alive. Okay, this is not fully a living group yet, so this is still questionable. We have black territory right here in the top right, and we have it in the top left. Again, red for white territory. This is questionable for white's overall health, right? We have black coming out, reducing. You know, in all honesty, I would be very comfortable playing as black in this game. I'm bubbling. I'm looking at it. Yes, white has this little bit right here as well. Sorry, white is red. White is red. So this is white's territory right here on the bottom. Yeah, I will be very comfortable playing as black. I'm thinking, at least just eyeballing. Again, these guys are professional players, so I could be I could be incorrect, but I'm really feeling that white is in a pickle. White, yeah. Oh, I'm not. Oh, yeah. Mm. Now, if white's able to kind of build a coast situation right here, it might bode well. But I don't see the co, and white is going to go for the co. I don't see the co being of any benefit. Black just has to kind of cap right here, and you know, black has two eyes, right? Because one eye is here, and then the other eye is like right here. So I don't see, and we do see the extension. So I did say that there was going to be an extension later on. So awesome job. And we might see the squeeze right here for the white player, and to isolate these two stones. So what is white's plan here? Because if white doesn't have a plan, we could Atari right here, right? Atari, black connects. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how is white going to kind of come out of this. Black extends, yeah. Black extends. That's Sente. White. Yeah. Yeah, I guess if black extended right here on the K6 position right here, if black extended, then white doesn't need to have this group live because black is already alive. Yeah, black is already alive. He either captures these two or these five, right? So white doesn't really need to save this. What white needs to do is prevent black from reducing his center. White's win condition is this center right here. And it's looking less and less likely that white would be able to take it. So black is going to poke and prod. But I feel the extension here for black is pretty nice. The extension here for black feels really, really nice. Yep. Okay. It's a Sente move, right? So white's most likely going to extend, and the black turns, putting pressure on those two stones. Yeah. Oof. If you guys are Dawn levels, please let me know what your thoughts are in this game, because these three stones are now hanging loose, right? Those three stones are hanging loose. They're going to run out, and as they're running out, black is going to start reducing. There is a cutting stone up here that might play a role later on, but black is going to start hunting right here, trying to cap white stones. We have a squeeze, so white's going to Atari. Black is going to squeeze, forcing white to take. And then black builds a wall on top. No, black decides to attach. So the hard thing about following this game right now, and you guys can see, I'm struggling to kind of figure out what the hell is going on. Pardon my language. But I really can't figure out. Oh man, I wish Brian or Michael is here to help me kind of guide this game through. What is it that they're trying to do here? I get the reduction. I get all of that, but like the fights here, I feel like the fights here are not as huge as I think they are. I feel like a play down here on the bottom left is probably bigger right now. I mean, I guess for black, it isn't, right? Because black can reduce a little bit more. But, you know, white extending onto the N2 position reduces black's territory over here by quite a bit. So, now black is going to try to connect all of his groups together. We do see white potentially splitting off the center group right here. So, yeah, I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure how I would be playing in this game. I mean, if I was playing as black, I feel fairly confident in the game right here. Yeah, this is so interesting here. And we still have this bottom code too, but now that white has extended down, white has 2 eyes, so it's not necessarily needed to kind of go through. Interesting. So now, yes, black decides to now take the spot on the bottom, which I thought was a fairly big move. And black is going to stay connected. So we do see the game kind of speeding up right now. White is going to kind of do more reducing moves. There are several moves right here for white. But again, this is endgame move. So I guess we're in endgame now. Yeah, this is endgame. This is Atari going in. Phil. No, not Phil. Wow, black is going to try to save this group right here? What? We're fighting for Ko. Wait, what? We're going to Ko. What? Why? Why is black doing Ko right now? Is the game that close? Okay, wait. Hold on. Time out. Wait. Is the game that close? Okay, I gotta recount. All right, let's count white's territory. So white is right here, right? White has this. White has a little bit of this right here. White has this. Okay. What's black? Black has this. All of this. Black has this. Black has this. Black has all of this. Right? A couple points there. Black has all of this up here. Right? Like, if I'm eyeballing, I see black being in a huge lead right now. I don't think the Ko is necessary for black. For white, it's necessary. But for black? Really? That's so interesting. Like, I'm looking at white's territory. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So white up here has around 22 points. We have another 4 points over here. We have another 10 points over here. Maybe another 8 points over here on this side. So it looks like 22, 4, 10. Looks like 50 points for white right now. Again, just eyeballing. I'm not perfectly counting, obviously. But black, I mean, just in the top right-hand corner already has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This is already 20, 30 points on the top right-hand corner. Another 7 points, maybe right here on the left side. And another 7 points here, so 37, 7. Yeah, black looks like black's ahead. I don't see the Ko. Yeah, I'm not seeing the Ko being like, even black playing here is pretty big. Okay, so now that's a living group. Okay. Yep, playing there. Reducing whites, yeah. You're gonna capture it back? Yeah, capture back. Wow. Wow. You're gonna connect. Okay, so killing the 2 stones, that's fine. Right? Yeah. Like, honestly, I feel like black could just be like, you know what? I got it. I'm done. But Komi is 8 points, so that is quite a bit. I will admit, if the Komi is true, that is quite a bit of points there. Okay. So now black is connected. All the groups are safe for the most part. Black seals the co. White is about to separate, but black just has to connect back up. Okay. Ooh. Yeah, no, but black's connected. Yeah. Take. You're in Atari right here, or about to be in Atari. Yeah. 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 Okay. And this is again another. And so they're just gonna finish it off, huh? Yeah. So again, this is our North American playstyle. Very, very interesting. Very fighty. Very fighty. It's reminiscent of the European style of attack, with a little bit more Asian influence, I would say. A little bit more. I was able to follow along during the first several moves, but once we started getting to mid game, I'm lost. So, wow. Okay. True. Okay. Seal. Take it back. Yep. And yeah, we're end game now. All right. So guys, this is it for this episode. We're just gonna watch our players just play the last several moves right here. I hope you guys enjoyed this game. I know I did, but I don't know. That doesn't do anything, right? Even the Atari right here. Ooh. No, nothing can happen there. Never mind. But if there's any other games that you guys would like me to showcase, please leave it in the comments down below. Would love to hear your guys' thoughts, and we shall continue on once this game ends. I'm looking at it. It looks like black won. It looks like black won. Just eyeballing right now. And that's it. Both players pass. And so let's take a look at the counting right here. If we take a look, how much did black win by? White's territory, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have 16 points right here for white. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is 10 points. We have 4 points. We have 2 points in this tiny quadrant. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.5. So this is around 15 points over here. So white has a grand total of 10, 20, 30, 43. I'm counting 43. Is that right? 14, 30-ish. 30, 45, 45 plus 6. 45 plus 6. 51 points. I'm not sure if I'm doing math right? 12, 10, 12, 22, 22 plus 31, 22 plus 31, 53 points, plus Comey, 61 points. And white or black has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So this top already is 34, 35 points. We have 2.5. So again, this is 4 points. This is 34.5. This is 4.5. So 39 total. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.5 on this side. 8.5. That's 16.5. Okay. 8.5. Yeah, 16.5, right? And this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5.5. So this is 10.5 right here. Right? 10.5. I might be miscounting here. But we have 35, 45, 55, 57, 61. So 53 to 61-ish, somewhere around there. I don't know. But it looks like black is ahead. And I don't see how many captures we have, but let's take a look. And it says black wins by 4 points. Okay, so it's a fairly closer game than I thought it would be. Interesting. Well, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this. this was an amazing match. This was very interesting for me because I'm not sure how I would. Yeah, I mean, I'm just speechless. I'm really at a loss for words right now with this match. I can't really. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what happened throughout the game. That's my problem right now. Like me being such a weaker player, to really comprehend their full strategy, a lot of it was like I'm just speechless. Yeah, I'm just overall speechless. I mean, it was an amazing match. Don't get me wrong, completely amazing match. But yeah. Anyways, guys, thank you guys so much for watching, and let me know what you guys thought about this match. Anyways, see you guys in the next episode. Take care, everybody.